Okay, this is the tutorial for the shell stitch. And I'm just going to show you the actual stitch, so that my stitches before numbers and stuff, I just have a little piece here so that it doesn't look exactly like yours. But, okay, shell stitch, say that fast. Shell stitch says, and it's on the front page of the pattern, that you're going to go 3 stitches in and 5 stitches down. Okay, so you want to make sure, and this is the hard part of this, is things want to fall off on you. So you're going to need to hold things like that. So if you sort of pull this down, you can see all the holes here, and you're going to count the holes down under the 3rd stitch. So you want this to be pretty straight. You don't want to be pulling it to where it gets cockeyed, because you'll end up in the wrong place. So I actually take these 2 fingers and sort of pull this way like that, okay? And then if you can see, here's my stitches. I'm trying to see. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5 stitches down. Okay, now the cheat way to do it is it's going to be the stitch that's above the color you're knitting with. It's the hole above this line right here. So it's this one right here. Okay, that's the cheat, so you don't always have to count. So you're going to push it through it. You're going to knit it. So you're going to pull through just like you would a knit stitch. Then you're going to let go of this yarn so that you can pull this stitch as big as you can. If you hold this yarn, you're going to be playing tug of war with yourself, and you won't win. So you want to what happened there? Okay. So anyways, you want to pull, and then you're going to knit the next stitch. Regular. Now you're going to continually go back into this same hole that you went in already, and make sure you're above the white or the whatever your colored stitch is. You're above it, not below it. So I'm going to go in again. I have to do this 6 times. Again, I'm going to pull as high as I can, letting go of my working yarn, and then I knit the next stitch. That's 2. And you're going to be holding this because you're now going to start stretching these stitches way out of order. So you want to really be holding onto these, because these are just going to want to fly right off. So holding onto these, go back into the same hole again, which is really big now. Go around, pull it through without getting splits. Okay, I'm going to take 2. Yeah, see, I speared that one right there. Okay, so in, around, back through, darn it, back through, and then again let go and pull. Knit the next stitch. Okay, go back in. Yeah, I've got a bunch of back in. Wrap, pull it back through, and again let go, pull it in. Okay, so I count down here to see how many long ones. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 long ones. Okay, so I'm gonna knit the next stitch. Here's my 5th one. Go down, and that's really getting hard to go into that hole because you've gone way far away from it. You're 5 stitches away from it already. Okay, that's number 5. Knit 1, and this is going to be number 6. And this one's even the hardest. Like, you really have to stretch it. You're really stretching the yarn, the fabric, and then pull. Now, before you knit the next one, I want you to go into the bottom of these long stitches. You're just going to go through the bottom of these, and I want you to pull. And that way, this gets this nice and even and fluffy. This stitch is always going to be longer than this stitch when you just do it, because of the way you're having to angle to get stitches in. And so to do just this just makes everything sort of even out, and it looks really nice. And now you're going to knit the next one. Now, this stitch that you just knitted belongs to the shell stitch. It does not belong to the knit 7 that you're going to do next. So, but it's easy for it to get confused because it separates itself. See, it feels like it's totally separated from this. So it's easy to knit 7, and you start counting this as one of the 7 or 8 or whatever it is you're doing. And this one belongs here, okay? And then you knit your whatever it is, and you do your next shell stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and knit to the end. Okay, turn around, and I'm going to knitting to 1 stitch before the shell, because remember that stitch before the shell belongs to the shell. All right, so I'm going to knit however many it says to knit, and then This stitch belongs to the shell. So you can see, even see here, it's connected to the shell. This one is not connected to the shell. This one connected right here, it's connected, okay? So that's that. Now this is part of the shell, and you're gonna do purl 2 together through the back loop. All right, so you're gonna purl this one and this one. So you're gonna do a short one and the long one. See, that's the long one right there. See the long one, can you see that? That's the long one, and I actually sort of move these away from the other stitches so that I don't see there. Okay, so that would be purl 2 together like this. Oh, and don't forget to move your yarn, I always do. Okay, that's how you do purl 2 together. If I go back here through the back loop, that's knit 2 together. So in order to purl 2 together through the back loop, I actually have to go way behind these 2 stitches that I'm purling together. Sorry, I'm way behind these 2 stitches that I'm purling together, and then I can move it forward and I can purl it together. Okay, now I gotta do that 3 times. So again, I'm gonna separate, so there's my long stitch. Here's my long stitch right here. So I'm gonna separate that out. I'm gonna come in behind it and into those 2 stitches, bring it back forward so I can purl it. And there's my purl. And I'm gonna do it one more time. So I just want these 2 stitches, those 2 stitches. I'm gonna come in behind and then purl them together. There we go. All right, now it says to purl 1. So I'm pulling 1, and make sure that the purl 1 is a short stitch. It's a short stitch because it's got a stitch thing underneath it, like a purl bump underneath it. The long stitches don't have anything. They're like all off on their own. See, they're sort of off on their own. So make sure that you are doing that one, that center stitch is a short stitch, okay? And now you're going to just do 2 regular purl 2 together. So now you're going to just purl 2 together, and now you're doing a long stitch with a short stitch, okay? Purl 2 together, purl 2 together, and purl 2 together, okay? And there you go. And then pull it down because it'll be sort of funky looking, and there's your shell stitch.